I'll tell you, I don't understand condom commercials, you know? It's just people having sex in the commercial. If you're buying condoms, you're already having sex. You want to sell some condoms, have a commercial with a screaming baby and a guy crying in front of WebMD. Why don't they do that? Just a commercial with a guy fire like, why didn't I wrap it up, Trojan?
Your morning blitz begins now.
Have a great Friday, you mother...
Yeah, it's Friday. Rolling into the weekend. Could see a little rain, snow mix today, high of 46. Get through the cool weekend, and then next week, Monday 60, Tuesday 69, Wednesday 70, Thursday 64.
Oh.
And I'm excited for it, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I know it's just a little tease. We're not there yet full time.
Oh, no.
Which is unfortunate.
We see snow in April sometimes.
Yeah, but we're gonna at least get to experience a little bit of it.
It's time enough for you to worry about your beach body and start getting yourself in shape because the shorts are coming out, right?
You can, although we're in that time of the year, maybe you want to jump on this new fashion trend if you can find them because they're sold out. The one-legged pant is here.
You mean the skirt?
No. It's literally a one-legged pant. It's like you put on your jeans, and one leg is a jean leg, and the other leg is short shorts.
Okay.
It is the dumbest. I mean...
$440.
That's the even dumber thing.
Yeah, just make your own, man.
And they are sold out. Yeah, you could just cut the leg off of one of your pairs of jeans.
For free,
and then you wouldn't have to spend $440. Like, what? Why?
How short is the short side?
It's like jorts.
They're like down to the knee or
not
even.
No. They're fairly short. Yeah, they're fairly short.
Are you seeing butt cheek? Or?
You're not seeing butt cheek, but they're shorts.
Oh, okay.
I guess in these in between times, it reminds me of like when you get too warm in bed and you kick one leg out.
Yes.
And that's your
there you go.
Depending on how cold you are, it might be like ankle, just your foot. It might be up to the knee. Or you might do the one leg all the way out so you can adjust your temperature.
You could do that with all your jeans at varying lengths of one leg being out.
You absolutely could if you wanted to. Yeah. So you might want to look into those for these in-between days. Just putting it out there. Let's get the Friday started with your Blitz Morning Trivia. Thick, what you got for us today?
All right. This rock band just announced a summer tour and announced that you will not be able to have your cell phones. You know, Tool did this. They make you put your phones in, what do they call that bag?
Yeah.
Whatever that bag is called.
Yeah, locks it up. Yep.
Yeah. So this band has now announced for their tour this summer, you will not be able to have your phone at the concert. Be the first one to tell us what the band is at 99-700, and you will score a gift card for $25 to go to waterbeds and stuff.
All right, let's get to that Blitz Morning Trivia answer. Thick, what is it?
All right, we asked the question, what rock band just announced their upcoming world tour this summer will be phone-free? Just like Tool has always done, if you go see this band, you will have to put your phone in one of those yonder bags and not use it.
Lock it up.
Yeah, sorry, you'll actually have to watch and experience the live concert.
A lot of comedy clubs are doing that now, too.
Yeah.
And I'm for it.
Yeah, I mean, why? Because most of those guys, those comedians, they're going to have a special that's going to come out eventually, and they don't want everybody else recording their shows. So, anyway, the answer to that trivia question is Ghost, and I'm not surprised. They're the type of band that would do this. They're very theatrical. I mean, their show is insane. I don't know if you've ever seen them or not.
I have not.
Yeah, that's the theatrics are just crazy, so I guess they just don't want people recording it.
But put your phone down anyways.
Yeah,
you paid good money to go see the show, watch the show. Don't watch the show through the screen of your phone. Get your picture, get your 30-second video of your favorite song, and then put your phone away.
But I can't get clicks on my Instagram if I do that.
I will say, I get people want to, record an experience and all that. However, it is annoying to look towards a stage and just see a bunch of people with their arms out.
With their phones out, yeah.
With their phones out, it's like, oh my gosh.
I don't get it. I'd rather watch what I paid to see. Yeah. I don't get it.
So their new album, Skeleton, is out. And if you buy a ticket, be warned. That's what's going to happen. They said we want fans to be there in the moment. It's so hard to get people to engage.
I couldn't agree more.
Josh Holt from Columbus, first one to text in. He's got $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
Congratulations, Josh. If you're looking to celebrate on a Friday, one celebration that probably won't happen and one celebration you can make happen, today is Employee Appreciation Day.
Aw.
So maybe, hopefully, your employer is going to do something nice for you. When asked what employees are hoping for, free food was at the top of the list. Could totally see that. Throw a little pizza party. Or what was it? You guys got me into Severance. Nice melon bar. They were all excited about the melon bar in the second episode. So
yeah,
maybe
keep your honeydew though. Honeydew melon sucks.
I agree.
I love cantaloupe.
Give me some cantaloupe. But it's got to be cantaloupe's got to be cantaloupe is like banana.
Yes,
got to let it sit a minute.
Yep.
Get sweeter.
Right.
Sure. Maybe a small gift card, like a Starbucks gift card or something. But of course, number one on the list is cold hard cash. Good luck with that.
I'd even take a comp day. Give me a comp day. That'd be nice.
Comp day would be nice.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that, too.
I feel appreciated if I got a comp day.
If you got a comp day?
Yeah.
I can see that. One way you can celebrate, today is National Cereal Day. I love me a good bowl of cereal.
Oh, me too.
Go back. I don't want to hear any of this Raisin Bran crap. Let's go back to the childhood. What's that sugar cereal you miss with the big mixing bowl and the wooden spoon and the Saturday morning cartoons? What were you chowing down on?
Frosted Flakes is my number one.
Really?
Yeah, because I'd like to say Lucky Charms, but I need way more charms, and I'm always left with the gross, tasteless little pieces of Lucky Charms. Just give me all sugar. All sugar.
You want all marshmallows.
I want all Frosted Flakes. Yeah. Or I'll do like the Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'll tell you what. I got mad at Captain Crunch, though, because they did do that. They released all berries.
Yeah.
And I got really mad at them for doing that. Because growing up, you had to work your way around and eat the crunch before you ate. I would sit there and pick out all those tiny little yellow pieces of sandpaper and eat all those.
Tear up the roof of your mouth.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Before I got to the berries. You cherish the berries. You save the berries.
Yeah.
And then they came out with all berries.
It was called Oops, All Berries.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's like, no, forget you lazy asses. You don't get all berries. You got to work for the berries.
Back in my day.
Yeah. I do love me some Fruity Pebbles.
Okay.
Yep.
What about a Fruit Loop?
Fruit Loop
Not
wasn't
as good?
really up there. I did love me some Count Chocula. I remember one time my mom got so mad because she bought me a box of Count Chocula. I finished the box in a day.
Easy. I mean, easy.
In a day. Destroyed that box.
What are you eating, Thick? Do you like it? Cereal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was Fruity Pebbles as well. I like the combination of the Captain Crunch and the berries.
You just ate both.
I ate them all combined, yeah. But I let them sit for a few. After I put the milk on, just let them sit for like 5 minutes. And
5 minutes is too long.
Minutes, that's
too
much.
long.
Not really. I didn't think so.
You
Really?
can let a grape nut soak that long, but you can't.
Oh, grape nuts not
take
going anywhere.
Grape nuts take 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Grape nuts are just little balls of concrete. That's
So,
all those are.
And Cookie Crisp. I like Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, I didn't
And-
mind Cookie Crisp.
Almost. I mean, like, probably mostly with Cinnamon Life. I love Cinnamon Life.
Really?
Yeah, I love
that
Cinnamon
does
Life.
sound good. I love cinnamon, but I don't remember.
See,
Life,
Lucky likes it.
Listen, Life has a very weird consistency in your mouth. It is a bizarre consistency. I always want to like it, but it feels like almost like the beginnings of glue at some point.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't like this.
Life is weird. Life feels like it's taking life from you.
Yeah.
Like it's something. I don't know. There's something in it that just.
How about
doesn't do
Sugar
it.
Smacks? Now that was good.
Those were pretty good.
I see. I wasn't a Sugar Smack fan. That's another one. It was like it was
kind of like puff-
honeyish, but it was
Yeah.
puffy.
Puffy, yeah. I
Yeah.
liked it, but I get what you're
was all
saying.
right.
It was like honey covered cotton balls. It
Less
was like
puff, more honey.
yeah.
Who ate corn pops?
Me. I love corn
God,
pops.
figures.
That was another one.
Love
That was
corn
weird.
pops.
I miss. I
They
remember
hurt though. Corn pops hurt your gums.
those were ones that definitely were
Yeah.
a little weird, or they would get stuck.
Yeah, they get lodged
Up
up
in
in there.
Apple Jacks, Matt texted in. I did enjoy an Apple Jack
too.
for sure.
Yummy.
Jeff says this is a very popular one. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That one was, if I was in the mood for it,
Yeah.
for sure would kill it.
It
But
gets
then other
soggy
time,
too fast.
but it does. You got to eat it
Yeah,
fast.
fast.
You got to eat it fast for
Right.
sure.
Danielle says chocolate frosted flakes. I have never had that. I didn't even know there's such a thing.
I don't remember
Chocolate
that.
frosted. I have not looked at the cereal aisle lately other than Raisin Bran. I'll buy Raisin Bran. I will.
Hey, you need that brand.
Reese's Puffs, said Zach.
Yep, I remember that
Reese's
cereal.
Puffs.
And I don't know what
Yum.
Mike said. Post crispy critters. I don't know that.
Crispy Critters.
Never heard of that.
The one I do miss, although it was very much like any cereal that had your regular, bran or puff and then mixed with marshmallows, was Mr. T cereal.
Oh,
back
I don't
in
think
the
I
day.
ever had that.
Yeah.
Mr. T cereal.
Had little T's and then it had marshmallows.
Nice.
Pretty
What
good.
was the prize in that bad boy?
The gold chain.
No.
Right off the bat. They just gave you a heavy box. 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
This first story you would think would be right out of the Spirit Airlines handbook. But no, this was Southwest Airlines. Southwest flight bound for Phoenix did not make it because, unfortunately, a lady who got on the plane in Houston decided that either she was extremely warm or she just wanted everyone to see what she was offering, because this lady took off everything. From hat to shoes, cash and prizes out everywhere.
Airplane.
Everything. Not only that, she tried to get into the cockpit and screaming, "Let me off this plane." Obviously, people were a bit leery about what was going on. In fact, here's one of the passengers talking about it.
She turned around facing us and stripped all of her clothes off. She then proceeded to make her way back towards the front of the plane and started banging on the cockpit doors, asking to be let in, and she was screaming. When it first happened, it was really scary.
Yikes.
Are you intervening in a situation like that?
I am not intervening. No, absolutely not.
What am I going to do?
Yeah. They did finally wrap her in a blanket, and the flight returned back to the jetway, and they were able to get her off the plane. Something like that, I'm not intervening. I would intervene on a plane, but not for a situation like that.
Yeah.
I feel
I'm not-
like maybe you would try. Here's what I might try, and that is say, "Hey, what's going on? Like just to talk. I'm not touching anybody. Like,
Right.
I'm not, unless you've got some type of, unless you're threatening me. I'm not touching you."
Yeah, that's a different. This is obviously a different instance where, I mean, she's either high off her gourd or she's having some sort of a mental breakdown issue.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't think there's really any reason for intervention there from bystanders. It's not like a fight breaking out or someone being unruly.
We're not trained for that. The flight attendants are. They're trained for that, aren't they? Trained to take care of problems on board.
Yeah, I think they're definitely. I mean, I don't know if you go to flight attendant school and all of a sudden there's a scenario where someone takes off their clothes and goes running down the.
There will be now.
Well, there might be. You might be.
She
right.
pulls out her breast and she's juggling them.
This next story is a WTF. What the Florida? 56-year-old woman in Florida named Shelley Hardwick got into a verbal altercation with her boyfriend last Sunday, and things got serious. So serious to the point where she picked up a whole watermelon and threw it at him. Now,
That would hurt.
fortunately,
Must be strong.
he was able to dodge most of it. Was his name Thick Rick? Shelley told the officers that she only threw the watermelon out of frustration. She's denying that she tried to actually hit her boyfriend with the watermelon, but the cops took one look and saw that there were watermelon seeds on his face and clothing.
It must have been a cut open watermelon, like a half watermelon, because
Yeah.
unless you broke a watermelon over this guy's face,
Yeah,
You're
how
not
you
getting
gonna
C's.
Right.
What?
Or you throw it really
hard.
She was arrested for domestic battery and spent the night in jail. She's ordered to have no contact with her boyfriend. And she has to wear an ankle bracelet that monitors her alcohol consumption.
Okay.
Yeah. Anytime I read a story like this, the only thing I can think about, any story with a watermelon, like you said, it would have to hit him very hard to break open, is the scene from I don't know, it was a competition show. I don't know if it was like Big Brother or
No, it was
Survivor.
Amazing Race, where the thing came back and whacked that woman in the head.
How is that woman alive?
It was Amazing Race.
Have you seen that clip?
I have not.
Type it in right now.
You gotta see this.
Amazing Race, watermelon face.
Yeah,
That
it'll
rhymes.
come right up. Amazing Race, watermelon face.
This woman, they're doing a competition and they have these giant slingshots.
Yes.
And she goes to launch a watermelon, but the watermelon somehow gets stuck, and instead of going out, it comes back.
It flips
at
around
her
and gets
and blasts her in the face.
I typed amazing and it auto-filled. Race watermelon.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
Yeah, you got a clip on this video.
It's nuts.
How?
I don't know.
How is this woman alive?
I don't know, but they had. Did you see it? Was that it?
I don't know. Oh, it's
Okay.
from TV. It's
okay,
edited.
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
But
It pulled her backwards.
Oh, no, that wasn't it.
that wasn't it.
Not yet.
Oh, and I don't remember seeing a follow-up report of a broken orbital bone or.
It had to break something. There's dude, isn't that wild?
Oh,
I mean, that had to hurt for days.
how did that happen?
I don't know.
It got stuck in the
Some kind of
slingshot somehow.
malfunction.
Oh, they're doing a slow motion now.
Oh, dude, yeah. What did happen? Did it twist?
You don't really see it. Oh my God!
I'm telling you,
It's nuts.
how is that woman alive?
Yeah.
But that watermelon had to be traveling 30, 40 miles an hour when it
Straight.
comes back like that.
Straight at the noggin.
Oh, and just
Yeah.
I mean, that was crazy, man.
It's unbelievable. So
Real quick though, you mentioned they have ankle bracelets that monitor your alcohol consumption.
yeah,
That's crazy.
Sweat through your sweat.
You
I
sound
guess.
really concerned.
No, not at all. I just never heard of that.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. It's absolutely a
Huh.
thing. There you go. That's your not so breaking news. 99.7 The Blitz. I saw TikTok yesterday, and it got me thinking. Obviously, all of us being in relationships, anyone in a relationship, you want to do what you can for your significant other. You want to spend time together. I know that Nora will come with me golfing. She doesn't golf. She enjoys sitting in the golf cart. She enjoys soaking up the sun. She enjoys listening to music and making the drinks. But it's not like
Making the drinks.
Oh yeah, she's the perfect caddy. But it's not like she's out there golfing. But again, you try and compromise. But sometimes you give in. You do something for your significant other, something you're not really into. And sometimes that can turn into a little bit of a double standard. So do you have any double standards in your relationship? Or can you think of any double standards between men and women, whether you're in a relationship or not, maybe something at work, something in your personal life? Because I saw this clip yesterday, and I wanted to play it for you. Oh, and by the way, Thick, listen closely. There's a little special treat at the end of the video for you.
Okay.
So go ahead, play this clip. This is a couple talking about double standards.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said get off your phone. We're watching a show.
Do you get off your phone whenever I'm watching football on the weekends?
But this is different. We're trying to spend quality time together.
Well, we could spend quality time together watching football if you weren't on your phone, so it seems like a little bit of a double standard.
Well, at least on our TV shows, we don't know what's going to happen. But when we watch the Cowboys, I feel like the same thing happens every year.
That's crossing the line.
Yeah, okay.
But they were sitting down to watch The Bachelorette. And
Oh God.
he's got a little bit of an argument there.
100%.
If you're on the
yeah.
phone during football, why can't I be on my phone during The Bachelorette?
I'm in the room with you. The TV's
Right.
on. We're together. Why can't I do what I want to do?
Yeah.
How about if you're trying to spend quality time together, you watch something that you both like?
There's that
as
too.
opposed to forcing one or the other to watch something they don't want to watch.
Good. Right.
Totally see that. Because we do the same thing. I've got no problem. For some reason, Nora loves the TV show Catfish on MTV, where the guy goes out and like catches people who catfish people online. And I'll sit there and laugh. I'll laugh at how dumb it is, but like, how is this show?
It's pretty good.
Come on.
Neve Schulman is great.
What's his name? Neve,
yeah.
right.
I'm with Nora. This is a good show.
See, my wife can't. She doesn't like Transformers. She doesn't like Cobra Kai. No. Wait. What? Can I finish? Can I finish? She doesn't like Cobra Kai, so I watch that stuff when I'm on the treadmill.
Because she's not 17 years old.
No, I'm not trying to force her to watch that stuff.
Yeah. See, you've got compassion, and you're like, well, let's watch something we can watch together.
I get it, but I'll sit there and we sit on opposite ends of the couch. And I'll be on my phone, right? And we just kind of touch feet. There.
We do. Hey, yep. Yeah. Same here.
We're
touch
together.
Feet.
Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely.
That's so cute.
And then we're together. So, just saying. If you're going to do the quality time, make it something that you can watch together. Speaking of football, in case, I'm sure you heard the news, Travis Kelce's coming back. Another season with the Chiefs.
Another season with Taylor.
Now, another season with Taylor. Now he's doing interviews. And he was on his New Heights podcast, which actually is a really good podcast, him and his brother, and saying he expressed his passion for the game, his desire to improve, and his sense of responsibility to fill his contract because of the tough end to last season. Really? You made the Super Bowl for the third year in a row. Is it a tough end to the season? I'm not saying you don't want to win. But come on.
You made it to the end.
You're a Lions fan, Goose. You had a tough end.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. We had a tough end.
That's true.
Number one seed, being picked as the team that was supposed to win the Super Bowl.
Right. I know, man.
And then you lose at
home
in the first round at home.
Yeah, that's a tough end.
So that's what you consider a tough end to a season. So.
Nobody feels sorry for you, Travis.
Right, yeah, exactly. And like you said, the NFL... has got to be ecstatic that he's coming back.
It's another free $1 billion in advertising for him.
Yeah, that's it. There's some marketing expert did a breakdown and said the NFL got about $1 billion worth of free advertising because of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Which totally makes sense because you have all these other outlets that are talking about the NFL just because Taylor Swift is there. Whether it be TMZ or, E! Entertainment News, people that normally wouldn't talk about the NFL are just here talking up a storm about the NFL just because of Taylor Swift. So, fellas, if you're a football fan, just know that you've got another year of Taylor Swift.
The biggest thing is that I love playing the game of football.
That's a good reason.
I love playing. I still feel like I could play it at a high level. And possibly at a higher level than I did last year. I don't think it was my best outing. I think I let my guys down in a lot more moments than I helped them. Especially if you look at my track record and how I've been in years past.
I don't know, that's true.
I just, I want to give it a good run. I got a bad taste in my mouth on how I ended the year and how well I was playing and, how accountable I was for the people around me. And I love so many people in Kansas City, both in that facility, in the community.
All right, we get it. You love Kansas City. What's going to happen when you don't even make the Super Bowl next year?
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a tough end.
Right, exactly.
Tough end to your career.
Yeah, 100%. You should have gone out on top going to the Super Bowl. I'm saying.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Columbus police have a lot of questions after a 3-year-old child was shot and wounded overnight near Blacklick. Police were called to a townhouse off Wagoner Road at about 2:30 this morning, where the mom said the child had accidentally shot himself. 2:30 a.m. Child accidentally shoots himself. However, police couldn't find a gun. And then they find out there's another adult at the scene, a man who took off before police arrived. So they're like, okay, what's going on here? Anyway, the child is listed in stable condition at Children's Hospital. Eurostar trains to and from London and other trains heading toward northward from Paris were brought to a halt today after construction workers found an unexploded World War II bomb near tracks at Paris's busy Gare du Nord station. Can you imagine? They're still finding unexploded World War II bombs. That's nuts. The French transport minister said there's no risk of explosion because they're very well trained in defusing and removing such bombs. Although, I don't know, man. I'm getting out of Dodge if that's the case.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, as much as of an adrenaline junkie as I am, and some of the jobs I think would be really cool, I don't want to be a bomb diffuser, a bomb tech.
No.
That's no.
Nope.
No, I agree with you there. The Gare du Nord is a major European transit hub. I mean, it serves every destination in Europe, basically, north of France, such as Brussels and the Netherlands, as well as the main Paris airport, to and from London. So everybody who was scheduled to travel today is either really seriously delayed or canceled. Well, unless the governor of South Carolina or the U.S. Supreme Court grants him a last-minute reprieve, Brad Sigmund will be put to death by firing squad at 6 p.m. He's 64 years old. He will be strapped to a chair, have a target placed over his heart, a hood over his head, and 3 marksmen will stand 15 feet away behind a wall and will fire live ammunition through a hole in that wall. Now, some outside experts were interviewed by NPR, and they say safety is definitely a concern in this situation, especially because they're doing it indoors, which one gun expert said he would never take part in anything like that just because the indoor situation's weird. They say bullet ricochets are a huge risk, and that 3 rifles firing simultaneously will be deafening. So he's wondering about, ear protection, everything like that. But
let's make sure we protect his ears before we put 3 bullets into his.
The biggest point of concern centers around the witnesses. There will be witnesses to this execution. Family members of the victims. This man beat 2 people to death with a baseball bat. And there will also be 3 members of the news media, and they'll be behind bulletproof glass. But they will be watching, and the interesting part is the psychological health of people after they watch a man take 3 .308 caliber bullets to the heart. Experts say this will be absolutely gory and probably psychologically traumatic to see this happen.
Yeah. I mean, but is it any less psychosomatic to watch someone get fried or lethally injected?
I think watching them get fried would be really, really traumatic. The lethal injection, I think would be traumatic as well because they supposedly jerk around a little bit.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, watching someone be put to death is wild, but when it involves blowing a hole in someone's chest, that's another level.
I remember, talking about the indoor shooting. The first time I ever shot a gun, there was an indoor shooting range on 8 Mile, close to where I grew up. And I was 18. I was like, I want to know what it's like to shoot a gun.
Yeah.
So I went in, and it was a smaller type revolver. They had the 6 bullets in it. And on the 3rd shot, it was an indoor range. And on the 3rd shot, I pulled the trigger, and all of a sudden, right on my neck, I feel like I got hit in the neck. And I touched my neck, and I got some blood on my finger, and I was like, holy crap. I put the gun down. I walk out to the guy, and I'm like, I shot myself in the neck. And he goes,
was it the shell?
No, well, what it is on the indoor shooting range, on the back wall, they've got angled walls. So basically at the bottom and the top, it angles into a funnel, so the bullet will slide down into the funnel. And every once in a blue moon, a little tiny piece will hit just perfectly, and it can come back.
Really?
Yeah, and it happened to just nick me in the neck. It was just a tiny little piece of shrapnel, and it just gave me a scratch. That's where the blood came from. Yeah.
Did that ever kill somebody?
No.
Oh my God.
No, but I remember flipping out because I thought I shot myself in the neck.
Yeah, I'm good. I've shot all the guns I need to shoot.
Okay. At least not indoors.
Right.
Good on the indoor shooting.
Indoors is wild. All right, those are your 3 things.
I don't know. I think it was about a week or 2 ago. We were talking. There was a scientific word. I think maybe we did it during our fun facts for people that don't have an internal voice.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
They don't talk to themselves. They don't have internal thoughts, which I find kind of crazy. But
there's no dialogue happening at all.
And for someone like me, it's nonstop. I mean, might be a chance I could probably use a pill to make the voices stop, but I don't have one.
Nindophagia.
That's not having an internal monologue.
Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes I'll have a thought cross my mind, and I'm like, I'll write that one down. So I decided on a Friday, because we were talking about Kelly burning her journals, and I don't have any journals, but I definitely have a notepad in my phone. If I have some sort of odd thought, I'll write it down, just because. Maybe it's something that, I'll take the stage with me if I do some stand-up comedy, or sometimes I'll go back and look and think about, look at the things that cross my mind. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to share some of these things with you.
Right.
Little insight into Goose's brain and see kind of what you think about these. This is one of those things where, like, if you're standing underneath a hot shower for too long, these are the things that kind of go through your head. Like, as a child, you can't swear because there are adults around. As an adult, you can't swear because there are children around. Did you ever think about that?
I never did. Like, we're all swearing in secret, I guess?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Now, granted, there are people who don't care and swear anyways.
Right.
But technically, if you're being polite,
It
you
is
shouldn't.
shocking, though, when you, like, even a TikTok video, when you see parents, like, saying the F word around their 3, 4, 5-year-olds. I'm like, wow, what?
Right.
That never happened in
Or
my house.
What was that trend? They put the kids in the bathroom and shut the door and say, you can say anything you want.
I love any cuss
They have
word
their
you
phone,
want.
so, yeah.
Get it all out.
Just for a
And they're
minute,
like,
yeah.
Boobs, fart, boobs. But some of them get rough.
Some of them are unbelievable. Here's one for you. Think about this. If a pregnant woman goes swimming, she becomes a human submarine.
Oh, how about that?
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Does it change the sound to the little unborn baby's ears when you're in the amniotic fluid and you're underwater?
Oh, double underwater.
Double underwater.
Do you understand anything?
Yeah.
Because of all the things that are happening in the news right now, I thought about this the other day. 50% of the word Canada is the letter A. Yep.
Oh, look at that.
That's a lot. Yep. Let's see. This one, I thought, I can't believe this hasn't been invented yet. There should be a mute button on the microwave so when you want to make a late night snack.
Thank you.
I love that idea.
Or how about the fact that door opens and closes so loudly?
Why is that the loudest door in the entire
nuts.
house?
Yeah.
But yeah, how can there not be an easy one-touch button? Turn off beeps.
I don't need the beeps.
Don't need the beeps at all. Here's one. Why did Cinderella's shoe fall off if it was a perfect fit? The prince is there looking for the woman who fits the shoe perfectly. Yet, if it fits perfectly,
It was
how did it
big.
fall off in the first place?
A lot of things happen when you're running, Goose. When you're trying to catch that carriage before it turns into a pumpkin.
You're right. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Thought about this the other day because I had to use the restroom after the show. Sitting on a warm toilet is both comfortable and disturbing at the same time.
Right. Why is it warm?
Why is it warm? Yep. But I'll tell you what, that nice little heating pad on your butt cheeks feels good.
I feel like Japan has heated seats. They have every great toilet amenity you can imagine.
That's true. They do. They have a lot of good stuff. Did you ever grow up with? I grew up with the cushioned toilet seat.
Yes, my mom absolutely had those installed.
That was the worst.
I did not like them.
No.
It felt very bacteria-y.
Oh, yeah, for
Plus,
sure.
Do you ever notice, like, when it got older, there would be, like, cracks or a slice in it? And it's like, what's getting in there and hanging out? Ew.
And then, again, going back to the warm toilet seat, those things got wet. There was butt sweat on those things.
Oh,
so if you ever sat down and you had the little...
Slide right off. Yeah.
I always wanted a toilet with a scale. So that when I sit down, I can weigh myself, and then when I'm done, I can see how much weight I lost. Yeah.
Wow. Let's see.
That feels like a dude thing.
I'm sure it is.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. This one, the Swiss must have been really confident in order to put a corkscrew on their knife.
Oh.
Like you just think you're going to be celebrating all the time. I've got everything I need in life, a knife, a screwdriver, scissors, all built in. Just put a corkscrew on there just in case you can pop wine anytime you want. And then finally, I had this one the other day. This was very, very deep contemplation. Everything in the universe is either or isn't a potato.
Wow, that is deep. That is really deep. Think about that for a while.
Confused, Dick?
I'm thinking about it.
It either is or it isn't.
Yeah, everything in the
You're
universe
so right.
is either a potato.
Yeah.
And you have a lot rolling around in that noggin.
I do. I'm telling you. I go deep. But put me on the the psychiatric counsel. I'm going to help people grab into their most inner thoughts.
Oh, wait, you want to be in charge in this council?
Oh, absolutely.
I was with you, Kelly. I thought he meant to be checked
studied.
out.
Oh, studied. Oh, that makes sense, too. So I was just sharing some deep thoughts that I had, including, never really thought about this before, but Canada is 50% the letter A. And thank you, Method, for texting it. Banana is also 50% the letter A.
Oh, yes, it
Didn't
is.
think about that, yeah. Here's another deep thought that Jason sent in, which I really enjoy. If you put water from the Bermuda Triangle in your toilet, would you ever have to flush? It's a valid question.
That really is.
So you figure things would just up and disappear.
I feel like these are wake and bake thoughts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You really get into that.
100%. I remember one of my first ones was, what color does a Smurf turn if you choke it?
Such a good question.
This has an answer.
Red.
Red?
Yeah.
Why would blue and blue make red?
It's a cartoon, right? Can be anything.
It can be anything.
Rainbow.
That is true.
It's going to be our big old rainbow
color.
head. Yeah.
Rainbow color. Here's a story for you. I don't know how I would feel about this. I can see both sides of the argument, but as a step parent of a 16 and a soon-to-be 13-year-old, if I was kind of sitting in the stands for this, for the 13-year-old, I might get, I don't want to say upset, but here's the story. It took place in Taylor, Michigan, just over the border there. There was a youth hockey game not that long ago, and the top-ranked team in the country for 14 under AAA, basically. It's not like a school team. It's like a travel team. Yeah. And they are the number one team in the country out of Taylor, Michigan. They played a game and they beat the other team 43-0.
Oh, now.
This is a hockey game. This is not a football game.
That's a lot of goals.
43-0. I mean, the Little Caesars 14 and under team is ranked number one nationally in its division, while the Bell Tire team is 301st.
Why are they playing each other?
I don't know. For context, the Little Caesars team is 68-2, and the Bell Tire team is 1-44.
Oh, well.
Some people are, on social media, unsportsmanlike to run up the score that high. Others saying that's the consequences of playing a competitive sport. But 43-0 in a hockey game? I've seen this score in a football game before.
Did they have a goalie?
Right. I mean, even in a normal hockey game, it's 3 20-minute periods. So you've got, 60 minutes technically on the clock. I mean, that's a goal every minute and 20 seconds. How do you even... What?
Yeah, I mean, it feels obnoxious, but also, I mean, what are they supposed to do? Lay down? It sounds like they would, breathe and the puck goes in the net. I mean, it's what do you do in that case? Do you say, or do you just lay down? I'm not sure how to solve that.
Yeah, you walk off the ice. Yeah, right, a mercy rule.
Mercy rule,
They've got one in softball.
Well, I think back, and you don't really have to do it anymore in college football, but they always talked about style points. They would run the score up because they had to in order to get ranked higher. They always felt like, since people were deciding, who was the best. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but
here are the basically four solutions or four stances you could take on this. The winning team clearly ran up the score. That's bad sportsmanship. The losing team shouldn't be playing in the league if they can't hang with the other team.
Yeah,
someone said, I see it from both sides. The winning team has the right to play hard, but maybe pump the brakes. If you get to 43 goals, why don't you calm down at 15-0?
Are they putting in their backup players? Do they have backup players at that level?
Are they all just that good?
Yeah, I
mean, you can put the backups in for, any NFL team, and they're going to beat the crap out of any, A1 high school team.
But, if I'm a backup player and I don't get to play very much, and now, the game's... It's 30-0. You're going to put me in. I want to play. I want to score.
Yeah. The final instance is, I don't think anyone did anything wrong in this scenario. A good team beat a bad team, and that's it. Which, again, I can see.
It destroyed him.
I mean, you definitely have the wrong kid goaltending. That is number one.
That is number one. Yeah, you need to find yourself a new goaltender for sure. Sorry, buddy. Goaltending might not be your thing.
I mean, you have to accidentally be able to stop a few of those, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Right, you're thinking if you just stick your leg out once.
I mean,
like, he had to be standing sideways the entire time, going, think skinny, to let that,
Kids are shooting from all the way at the other end. Hey, watch this. Off the wall, over the middle. Nothing but net.
I mean, come on, 43-0. I don't think that's necessary.
That's a tough bus ride home, isn't it?
Oh, that bus ride was quiet.
I'd be interested to see in the scores of all their other games. The bad team.
Oh, well, I mean, at 1-44.
No, but I know, but I'd like to see if that's like a normal thing to have a score run up.
That team.
Yeah, who's that one team that they beat? You can't be feeling good about yourself at all. 997 the Blitz. Core memory in Goose's life. I remember painting my parents' bedroom, and we had just gotten cable. It had that brown box that sat on top of the TV. MTV was still brand new-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
A couple years old. And the video for the original Land of Confusion came on. Which was like puppets and big heads.
Yeah.
I remember my best friend and I being in tears, laughing at that video and the way it looked. And then at the end, I'm pretty sure Ronald Reagan pushes the nuke button, and like there's this mushroom cloud. I just remember cracking up at the visuals from that. And what a great remake, too. Oh, love that. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Blitz. It's going to be a high of about 46 today. Might get a little rain, snow mix. Cool through the weekend. But, man, next week, 60, 69, 70, 64. It's going to be a really good-looking week next week, and I am here for it. One thing you're going to have to do is adjust your sleep schedule, because as you go to bed Saturday night, you're going to wake up Sunday morning, and it's going to be an hour later than you thought it was. Or you're still going to be up, and then you're going to time warp an hour, because, yes, we will be springing forward. And without any sort of argument, you know that you're going to see it all over social media. Why do we still have to do this? I'm losing an hour of sleep. It gets so dark so early now. They just always complain about both sides of daylight saving time, whether you're falling backwards or springing forward. It's that annual argument. So we want to know, 800-821-9970, or you can choose to text 99700. What's that annual argument you hear? Some day comes along and people are bitching about it, like clockwork. January 3rd, why are so many people at my gym? All the treadmills are taken up. I can't stand it. Every year, people complain about new people at the gym. It just happens, without a doubt. Can you think of one, Kelly?
I can. Every single year when they announce the Sonic Temple lineup, look at the at the comment section. People, there's a certain segment of society who loves to complain about a concert lineup. Oh, this sucks this year. I'd never spend my money on it. Who wants to see Metallica? It's like a lot of people do, bud.
Yeah. That goes along the lines of like the Super Bowl halftime show. Every year.
Yeah.
Can never be happy. You're never going to make everyone happy.
Right.
With the Super Bowl halftime show. Think what you got.
Again, Kelly, that's where Metallica would come in good. The Super Bowl halftime. When to take down your Christmas decorations.
Oh, okay.
Well, they got to be down by this date. No, we leave ours up. Who cares? Leave them up how I don't care how long you leave the Christmas decorations.
That being said, though, another complaint is no matter what holiday is coming around, people always complain about, I can't believe the Christmas decorations are out at the store already. Let Halloween happen first. Yeah. Why are we putting up the Christmas decorations already?
Yeah.
Oh, that's another one. How old is too old to trick or treat? Every year.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Same conversation.
Yep.
Along those lines, I know this the pumpkin spice latte argument every year.
Yes.
It's only middle of August. Why are they releasing the pumpkin spice latte?
Nobody's forcing you to buy it.
Right.
How about the first snowfall? Columbus drivers suck.
Yeah, it's anywhere.
Yeah.
Did people forget how to drive in the snow?
Yeah.
Every year you hear the same thing. People forget how to drive in the snow.
Yeah.
It snows every year, people. Did you forget how to drive? All right, 800-821-9970. What's that annual gripe? You hear it every year, like clockwork. It doesn't matter. If you've got one, 800-821-9970 or 99700. Love to hear from you right now. It's 99.7 The Blitz. We're talking about annual gripes because obviously we all know this Sunday is daylight saving time, going to spring forward an hour, and as it happens every year, people are complaining about daylight savings time. Why are we doing it? I hate losing an hour of sleep, messes up my schedule, blah, 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 blah. So what's that annual gripe you hear every year, no matter what? We're getting some text rolling in. If you've got one, 800-821-9970. We'd love to hear from you. April 15th. Yeah, right around there. People complaining about the taxes.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh, yeah.
It sucks. But, hey, that's how it goes. Chaz said...
Okay.
Chaz said, new annual gripe. How's it possible Michigan beat us again? I mean, hey, we had the same gripe in the 20-teens after losing 8 years in a row. So I get the annual gripe.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's see. Other ones. The weather. When it gets too hot, people are like, oh, it's too hot. When it gets too cold, people are like, it's too cold.
Matt Jackson said the cost of Girl Scout cookies.
Hey, let me tell you something. I got accosted by the Girl Scouts out of Kroger last weekend. It's $6 a box.
And they're the most fattening cookies ever.
So that's what cookies are supposed to be. What do you want to lose weight on a cookie?
They are the most of all. But they're so little and they're so fat.
I'm like, I'll get a couple boxes. I have a $10 bill. And they're like, if they're $6 a piece, lady. And I'm like, all right, well, here's a 10. Just give me a box and keep the change. I love the Girl Scouts. I saluted them and left.
That's kind of you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Why is summer flying by, but January takes forever? How is it still January? You hear that all the time. It's because most people enjoy the summer more than the winter months.
We're in day 101 of January or whatever.
Right.
All right.
Yep. Oh, this one happens a lot. Black Friday, people complaining. Black Friday is not the same anymore. Remember when Black Friday you actually used to get discounts and you had to wait in line at the store?
Oh, yeah.
We used to get a good trample or two, and now nothing.
I know.
Yeah, good old trampling story.
Ball.
Yeah. But now, and here's the thing, though. Now, instead of worrying about one day, like, it just goes from the middle of November until Christmas Day.
It's probably
you're
Black
going to get
Friday
the deals.
sales now.
Yeah.
Rob from Westerville. Now, this has been going on for a few years now, but every year when they announce the inductees to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every
But
year.
that can be said for anything where they're picking winners like that, like the award shows. How did this person get left out? How did this movie get left out? Or the other annual gripe, especially for like the Oscars, is how did this movie win? Nobody saw this movie.
Or you left this person off the in memoriam.
Yes, that's another big one for sure. This is going to start happening as we get to the warmer months and we get to summer blockbuster season. People are going to complain about how Hollywood is running out of ideas. Happens every summer. You get the sequels and the remakes, and it's why can't we come up with like a new idea?
Yeah.
Which I totally get. Let's see. Also on the list, streaming services getting too expensive. We were supposed to cut the cord for a reason. But now, because everyone wants to own their own properties, you'll buy a streaming service for one show, and then you've got 7 streaming services, all for $9.99 or more. So now you're paying more than you did for actually having cable.
I'll tell you what, though. Having YouTube TV, which is a version of cable that I don't need equipment for,
right,
and the streaming services, I'm still paying so much less than I paid for cable television.
Really?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I was paying $200 a month for cable to have HBO with it, and then...
Okay.
Yeah, I guess if you're paying for the premium packages,
YouTube TV's like $80, and in a few streaming services, I'm way under $200.
Okay, yeah. Still doing well.
Well, I think we're up to 7 streaming services now in our household. Hulu, Apple TV, Paramount, Amazon Prime, or Amazon Video, Max.
I didn't count Amazon Prime because I bought that before I ever started streaming it. I got that just for everything. You know, it's got music.
But you can do
it's got
Amazon
everything.
Prime cheaper if you're paying for the Amazon Video. Is that included?
Yeah. Music, video, both included. With
Oh.
Amazon Prime membership.
I think they say it's included, but when you try to use it, you have to pay for a lot of stuff on the video.
Well, now, wait a minute. They don't own all that stuff. Well, the stuff you have to pay for on Amazon is owned by others, but you can watch it on there if you pay for it.
Yeah.
We're talking about like renting the movies.
Yeah, everything's available on Prime, but not everything belongs to Prime.
Right. Because Amazon Prime has its own shows and its own movies for free and things like that.
Yeah.
But it definitely does add up. Another Super Bowl complaint: the Super Bowl commercials aren't as good as they used to. Happens every year.
That's right.
But you're not wrong. They're just not as good as they used to be. Go ahead.
I was going to say something I hear every year. Actually, I hear it twice a year. Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July weekend. What is the best hot dog? And is a hot dog a sandwich? I hear that every single year.
That has become a debate. Yes, is a hot dog a sandwich? I could see that. Yep. Rick said with the teams left out of March Madness or college football playoffs, that's absolutely an annual gripe for sure. If you've got one, 800-821-9970.
How about St. Patrick's Day? Oh, that's for amateur. That's amateur night. Everybody's out there. They're all amateurs. That's when amateurs drink. Like all the hardcore drinkers like to complain about the amateurs out drinking.
Because they're doing it all the time as opposed to just one day a year.
Right. I'm like, what exactly are you saying here?
I can
you drink so much.
Yep. Totally see that. 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Another incident targeting a Tesla dealership, this one in the Tigard, Oregon area. Someone fired at least 7 shots into the dealership early yesterday, damaging 3 cars, along with damaging the unoccupied dealership. This follows an incident in Colorado at a Tesla dealership. A woman faces charges for throwing Molotov cocktails and spray painting Nazi cars on the building. And earlier this month in Salem, Oregon, police arrested a man after Molotov cocktails were thrown at a Tesla dealership. Protests have also been held at Tesla dealerships in response to the actions by Elon Musk and DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. Speaking of which, President Trump has told cabinet members that Elon Musk is not in charge of their departments and their firings. They are. It was Trump's first significant tweaking of Elon Musk's authority. Trump told cabinet members that the Department of Government Efficiency will advise, but that the final decisions are up to the cabinet. He did add to that if officials don't make the necessary cuts, then Musk will do it. But really, they are the ones in charge. All right, I have a little story about a woman running for Columbus City Council. Her name's Tiara Ross. She is an assistant Columbus City attorney right now, running for a seat on City Council. Questions came up this week at a Franklin County Board of Elections meeting after it was discovered that she had been driving on a suspended driver's license, driving with expired tags, and she racked up $3,800 in unpaid parking tickets. She says she didn't know her license had been suspended. I guess she had a speeding ticket, an unpaid speeding ticket in Whitehall, and didn't know it. They suspended her license. She's been driving on that since 2023. And then she said when she was made aware of the situation, she paid the parking tickets and took care of the suspension, etc. That was this week. Apparently, it was discovered, though, thanks to the dispatch, that Ross has forfeited her driver's license 4 other times between 2008 and 2013. I laugh because this is my life here. This is what happened to me in my 20s, and it's happened to her in her 20s. She had a 12-point suspension in 2010. She had lost her driver's license, like I said, 4 other times. She was caught in 2012 driving on a suspended license. I did all this. And you can turn into a great person, despite the fact that you had a terrible 20s on the roads. I had so many...
Is that your affirmation, Kelly?
Yes. I had so many unpaid parking tickets at one point in my 20s that a reporter from Channel 6 called me at home.
Really?
And said that I was on the list of top parking ticket scofflaws. And they wanted to interview me. That's how many parking tickets I had that were unpaid.
Do you remember the total?
I don't remember the total. This had to be in maybe 1989 or so, 1990. I did end up getting towed because of the tickets. after this whole thing came out. They came and towed my car from work. I was working at a radio station downtown, 92X. They came and towed my car, and I had to pay all my tickets to get the car back. It was a hefty amount.
Wow.
Yeah.
Four figures?
Yes. Oh, yes. 4 figures. Definitely.
Wow.
Yeah, so that happened to me. I had 12-point suspension. I got pulled over driving on a suspended license. We all say that we didn't know. Like, all of us say that. We knew. She probably knew. But I still think she could make a good city council person.
I'll tell you what, I did not know, because I was 19, 20 years old, and got pulled over with a suspended license and got arrested. My dad had to come bail me out of jail.
Oh, you got arrested?
Yeah, and I remember because my dad had a colorful youth as well, and after he picked me up at like 3:00 in the morning or whatever it was, because I remember I was DJing a wedding and I was driving home after dropping off the equipment and all that kind of stuff, and got pulled over, and so he had to pick me up at like 3:00 in the morning, and he took me to a little diner right across the street from the police station in Detroit, and we're sitting there having coffee, and my dad starts laughing, and then he's laughing so hard that he's crying, and we're sitting there, and I'm looking at him like he's a crazy man, like, what's going on? And my dad looks up, and he goes, "You were right." I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "When I was 18, I got arrested hanging out with my friends, and my dad had to bail me out of jail, and my dad told me, I can't wait till you have a son so you can do the exact same thing."
Ah, it's great.
And I was like, yeah, kind of full circle.
There you go.
Circle of life, isn't it?
Yes. Yep. All right, those are your 3 things.
Experience Hendrix, the multi-artist celebration of Jimi Hendrix's music and his genius, is coming to the Palace Theater on March 12th, and we've got some tickets to give away. In fact, we've got a couple pair of tickets. So let's do this. We need 2 contestants right now, 800-821-9970. If you would like to go see Experience Hendrix, this is what we're going to do. We're going to throw down the morning show gauntlet here, a little morning show challenge, if you will. It's going to be Goose versus Kelly. Okay? So to celebrate Hendrix and his genius at playing the guitar, Thick has found some of the most famous guitar riffs of all time. Not necessarily like Jimi Hendrix riffs, just the best guitar riffs of all time.
All right.
So we're going to see who is better at naming guitar riffs, Kelly.
I feel like I'm not going to be very good at this, but I'll try.
Here's the thing. I'm the king of that one.
I know it. I've heard that.
So this game could fail miserably.
Okay.
800-821-9970, looking for 2 contestants. Let's see. The Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, man, my name's Pete.
Pete. All right, Pete, hang on the line 1 second here. Let's get second contestant. Blitz, good morning. Who's this? They hung up? Oh, all right. What about this one? Blitz, good morning. Who's this? Tyler. All right, Tyler. Let's see. All right, we got Pete and Tyler. Pete, you called in first. I'm going to give you your pick because we are going to play for you. We are going to represent you two as listeners. Pete, do you want Kelly or do you want Goose? Who do you want on your team?
Let's go with Kelly.
Oh, right. Pete, yes, for the dynamic duo.
Tyler, you and I. All right, so you guys hang on. This is a morning show throwdown between Kelly and I. First person to name the guitar riff gets a point. Most points wins.
I'm so nervous.
Just looking for song title?
Yeah, just song title.
All right.
Or maybe, or this might go to any piece of information. At some point, that one band with the guy in it might be the correct answer. That guy, yes, absolutely. We'll see how this goes. All right. Kelly versus Goose, the guitar riff challenge. Here we go. Thick, what is guitar riff number 1? Iron Man!
He got it.
Yeah.
He's got it.
I would have had a harder time with that if I hadn't seen the 2008 movie Iron Man.
Oh, really?
I'm just saying. All right. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm feeling high on myself.
You should. I'm going to have a tough time with this. I'm sorry. Pete, you better start praying.
All right. Guitar riff number 2.
Whole lot of love.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Yes.
I was just
she
ready.
Gets really excited.
I was just ready to say, I know that one. That one.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
All right. Pete, Tyler tied 1-1. Kelly versus Goose. Guitar riff throwdown. Guitar riff number 3.
Smoke on the water. Smoke on the water. Smoke on the water.
What is up? It's like what everybody learns first.
Okay, you sandbagging son of a bitch. You're like, I don't know. I might suck in this game.
She is a sandbagger.
Yeah.
She is a classic sandbagger.
Oh, crap.
I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I'm probably going to lose. Pete, you better pray to the gods so you can win. All right, 2-1. Here we go.
Ready?
Guitar riff number 4.
I feel like I'm shaking. Okay, go on.
Because she's on the verge of winning. Here we go.
Guns N' Roses in Metallica!
You gotta have the name.
Sandman!
Enter Sandman. Oh, okay, you got it.
Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Sandman, Enter Sandman. You got there. You know, so.
Why didn't I get that one? That's so weird.
Wow.
Tied up 2-2.
I was about to make it hard. I don't know if I should or not.
Oh, God. All right.
Let's see what you guys got. All right, here we go.
Guitar riff number 5.
Okay. It's Van Halen, for sure.
It's not Eruption. It's,
ain't talking about love.
Why did you say it?
Oh,
we're supposed to guess.
I thought you guys weren't going to get it.
We would have gotten it eventually.
All right.
Give us
let the lyrics go.
97 seconds or so. Give us time.
Let me at least sing along for a second.
I'm sorry. All right. Ready for the next one?
I mean, we got to give that one to me, right? Because
no, that one goes to no one.
Okay.
No, we're still tied.
We're still tied. 2-2.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah. That's not the Ted Nugent?
It's the dudes, the with the long beards.
ZZ Top.
No, ZZ Top.
The drummer's name's got a beard in it.
ZZ Top. It's not the sexy woman, long dressed man.
Oh my God.
Big butts.
I don't know. What's it called?
Lagrange.
Okay, give us a better one.
Famous, man. Look, you knew it. You knew the riff. You were singing the wow. All right, ready?
All right, let's try another one.
Back in Black.
Yes.
Back in Black. Back in Black.
All
right. We're going to do more?
Yeah, I'm not done yet.
All right, Kelly's up 3. We're going to play till you win?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
All right. Kelly's up 3-2. Here we go.
Next guitar riff.
Oh, Pantera, walk. Pantera.
He said respect. That's hilarious. Yes, Kelly, it's walk. You got it. That was great.
Oh, crap.
Respect is my favorite.
This is turning out to be like the kids' hockey game up in Michigan. I'm really rolling you.
Okay, this isn't 43-0. Stop it.
I got 2 left, so let's just go ahead and do them anyway, since Kelly's already got it in the bag.
No, she doesn't. She's up by she's up by 2.
4-2, right?
You can tie it up
I can
if
tie
you
it
get
up.
both of them.
All right, here we go.
Ozzy.
Crazy Train.
Yes.
Come on, no. I get the point. I know who it is. You can't piggyback on my answer. I said Ozzy.
But I said Van Halen last time, and I didn't get it.
This is why I asked in the beginning, are we doing song title? You said yes.
What's the last one?
Purple Haze.
Wait, I was reaching over to turn her microphone off. You didn't give me time to turn her microphone off. Get Pete and Tyler on the phone.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, guys. Pete, you won. Tyler, I'm giving you tickets because I'm sorry. That's my fault you didn't win.
Oh, they both get
They're
tickets.
both getting tickets.
Oh, you're both getting
I like that.
You're both going to see Experience Hendrix. Enjoy. The show is here in a couple days. Pete, Tyler, have a great weekend, okay?
Well, I want to know, were you guys like screaming at yourselves when they weren't getting the songs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. All right, you guys hang on. We got to get some info from you, get you hooked up with those tickets.
I feel like I don't need to go to the gym today. That was a workout.
Get a workout? I'm going to find a game I'm going to kick your ass in. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to find one for sure.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
Your first story for the Not So Breaking News comes from the file of Why Can't This Happen to Me? Right up there in Michigan, in Wayne County, a woman has the Michigan Lottery app, which every day you can go on and do like a free spin, and sometimes you'll win like a free lottery ticket or whatever. And she won a few bucks And she spent them on scratchy tickets. She won $10, so she ordered herself some scratchy tickets.
Okay.
Because of that. And with her scratchy tickets, this 73-year-old woman ended up winning $10 off of those free scratchy tickets.
All right. Do you keep it going?
That's what she decided to do.
All right.
She goes, I got this free $10. Got it from the lottery spin to win game on the app, so I'll just buy a few more instant tickets. She scratched those off. $500,000 later. That's right. She won the top prize of $500,000 from her free spin to the $10 and turned it into $500,000.
Wow.
So congratulations to this woman who says, it's good to know that my family's going to be all right. Got nothing to worry about now. I can totally see that. That's some life-changing money for sure. So congratulations. Story number 2 takes us out to L.A. The CBS station KCLA has the story on the world's worst arsonist. Take a listen to this.
An explosion as a car is set on fire in the front yard of this Corona home. What you may not have noticed is a person standing right next to the car. Wow. After the explosion, they jump the fence, take off running, all while on fire.
This person literally tried to kill us. Why?
We spoke to the homeowner on the phone Wednesday night. She didn't want to show her identity because she says her family is living in fear. They don't know this person or why they would do this.
Just go to work and come home. All our kids are grown. We're empty nesters, and we're just trying to live our life in our late 40s.
Yeah, this car is just sitting in the front yard, and this guy walks up with like a Molotov cocktail. Problem is, I don't know if he had dumped gasoline, but the whole thing just goes up instantly, and he was standing a little too close, and to watch him jump the fence and, on fire, and you're watching him run down the street. If you ever saw the movie Be Cool, which was the sequel to Get Shorty, the John Travolta movie, and in the second one, Be Cool, it revolves around music instead of movies, and at the end, who's that actor I absolutely hate? Vince Vaughn ends up catching on fire, and he's running around the video set on. But this is what it looks like. He's running down the street, and he's like, his back is just engulfed. Like, if you don't know how to properly work fire, you probably shouldn't be setting fires.
Right.
I mean, you can hear it in the beginning of the video. You can hear the entire car go up instantly. It's not like it was like a slow burning fire. This thing went up instantly. Do you got it right there?
Right. Hang on.
Okay.
It's coming.
And catches himself on fire.
Yeah.
In the process.
This is where the car you can hear it.
With the car's owner, who's now living in.
Oh yeah, turn that on. Okay. That thing goes up so fast.
Sir, you need Molotov cocktail training.
Yeah, that had to be an accelerant of some sort.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That's what these guys are so reckless with their gasoline. They spill it all over themselves and the thing
they're trying to set on fire. Yeah,
you have to toss them that cocktail from about 15 feet away, my friend.
You need to go to arson school. That is the not so breaking news. 99.7 The Blitz. All right, fill in the blank. When Dad was in charge, what happened? Because things were always different when Dad was in charge. I know when Dad was in charge for me, we were probably coming home with some strange animal. He was like the king of like a giant snapping turtle ended up in our bathtub. We had a raccoon in the back of our Taurus wagon that we had to call animal control to get out because it was so scared and so angry it wouldn't come out of the back of the car. Like he was the king of he was like the world's worst Snow White talking to animals. So I want to know what happened when Dad was in charge. Kelly, can you think of something?
Yeah. My dad, a high-level executive with 7-Up. That's how I grew up. My dad was great at business. He was terrible at being handy. He could not do anything handy. The man was a disaster in the home, yet he insisted on trying. So at the very young age of 5, when we just moved into our home in North Columbus, I picked up on the cussing of my dad, and he would be trying to hammer something, he'd miss hammer, he would do whatever, but he loved the word GD. That was his favorite. So I didn't know. I just thought when you're mad or upset, you said that word, right? So we just moved in. My mom's talking to the brand new neighbor and won't come. I need her to come in the house for some reason.
Right.
Mom, that type of thing.
Mommy. Mommy.
Yes,
Mom.
exactly.
Mama.
She's dismissing me, so finally I go, GD, Mom!
Oh, wow.
In front of the new neighbor. I'm 5.
Nice.
I moved in there when I'm 5 years old.
That's
I
hilarious.
blame my dad, who insisted on being in charge of home repairs, and he could not do them.
Okay. 800-821-9970 or 99-700. We want to know, when Dad was in charge, blank. Bree shares the same story as you, Thick, filled in the blank. When Dad was in charge, he went for a pack of smokes and doesn't come back.
Oh, yeah. That does happen.
Yeah,
that'll
that
happen.
definitely does happen.
No, flees to Florida, Thick, right? So he doesn't have to pay child support.
Right. Tristan said, growing up, my stepdad made sure all of us kids were aware of gun safety, and when Mom would go to work, he would let my brother and I and our friends shoot the guns and everything like that. One day we were shooting a metal barrel. It fell off the back of the target stand. So my buddy and I went to pick it up, and when we did, a sharp piece of the barrel ended up slicing his knee all the way to his kneecap.
Oh!
So that's what happens when Dad's in charge.
Yeah, that absolutely does happen when Dad's in charge. Honey said, when Dad's in charge, I learned how to play poker.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. I have something along the same lines. When Dad was in charge, I learned how to hustle pool. My dad used to go to the pool hall and take me with him.
Yeah.
As he loved to play pool and learned how to, shoot some stick.
Very
and
similar.
Win a little bit of money.
We had special time or whatever with my dad. I have 2 sisters. He'd take one of us out, but inevitably we ended up at the Garden, which is a bar on Cleveland Avenue. We'd end up at the Garden, like 6 years old, hanging out at the bar with my dad, or betting on horses.
Betting on the horses?
Absolutely.
My
ended up
dad
at Side of Bounds. Yeah.
Took me. Do they do the carriage races there? Yeah, that's
harness racing.
Yep, harness racing. That's what it's called. Yeah. 800-821-9970. Give us a call. We want to hear your story. Fill in the blank. When Dad was in charge, this happened. You can shoot us a text as well. 99-700. It's 99.7 The Blitz. When Dad was in charge, this happened. Mary's on the phone. Mary, when Dad was in charge, what happened?
I grew up in bars. My godmother was a barmaid. One time, my dad had me as an infant, and they used a bar rag for a diaper. As I got older, got into middle school, I learned how to shoot pool, play darts, play shuffleball, trick all the drunk friends of my dad's into giving me money.
Yeah. What's that movie? Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
You've got a baby in a bar.
that baby.
Along the same lines, my fiancée Nora, her dad used to clean bars. He was the guy that went in when they were closed and gave them that deep cleaning, like early in the morning.
Yeah.
And she would go with him all the time. She learned all about like bar mats and dragging them outside and power washing them and all that kind of stuff.
When I was a kid, my uncle, Dick Sabo, owned what then became the Alrosa Villa. But he owned that club before the Alrosa Villa. It was a bar called the Satoa Lounge. We grew up there, me and my cousins. And so that the adults could sit around and drink beer, they would throw a bunch of change into the shag carpet around the jukebox. So we scrambled around in the dark trying to find change and then play jukebox.
Who has shag carpet in a bar?
In the 70s, everyone had shag carpet in a bar. Yeah, man. It wasn't clean, but it was a blast.
Oh, that's got to smell like a homeless man's toes. That is just, all that.
Oh, we were crawling around in there with it was a blast, though. It was a fun way to grow up.
Goose, what does a homeless man's toast smell?
Hey, don't talk about my Friday night. Thank you so much for the call, Mary. I hope you have a great weekend.
All right, see you guys later.
Bye. Mike says when Dad was in charge, he would let me skip school and we would cruise the OSU campus girl watching.
Him and his dad?
That's awesome. Wow. I love that. What else we got? When Dad was in charge, he'd take the kids to Skyline Chili. When Mom was in charge, we had salads.
Too funny. So many people, like we've already read some, but their dads taught them to shoot guns at a very young age. Kelsey says she was 2. First time she shot a gun. 2?
How'd that not
How would
blow
you even
you
hold
back?
one?
Right.
My gosh, that's wild.
I think Brian Charles is our winner so far, that he lost his virginity to his dad's girlfriend.
No, his
the girlfriend's daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry, the girlfriend's
Jeez.
daughter. I'm sorry. Yes, the girlfriend's daughter.
Jeez.
They weren't Eskimo cousins on the same woman.
We do live in a society
But
thing.
that is still weird. Dad was in charge. I lost my virginity to his girlfriend's daughter.
Yeah, that's wow.
If that relationship goes anywhere,
I mean, did they start double dating at that point? You know,
I mean, valid question. Absolutely, honey. I really hope you would. I wish you would call in because you can't leave. When Dad was in charge, I cut the tip off of my thumb. Or what happened there? How did you lose the tip of your thumb?
Probably shooting a gun like all these other kids.
Totally could be true. Absolutely. If you've got one, we'd love to hear from you. 800-821-9970 or 99700. I'm trying to see here. Oh, yeah. Learn how to shoot when I was 2. That's crazy.
That's nuts.
How could you even hold... What gun are you shooting at 2 that is not completely...
Probably your dad just putting you like when you used to drive the car when you were
Sit on
4,
his
sit on the lap. And,
I guess there is
like
that. Yeah, please. We'd love to hear from you. 99700 800-821-9970. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is so understaffed it's hurting patient care. At least that's what a petition says that was signed by 1,000 healthcare workers and community members and delivered to hospital leadership.
Wow.
Patient care associates and psychiatric care technicians even demonstrated this week to demand improvements in staffing and retention. And this follows a similar outcry by the Ohio State University Nurses Organization. They held a demonstration about a week ago. They say university hospital executives have repeatedly dismissed their pleas for safer working conditions and put staff and patient well-being at risk because the facilities are so understaffed. A spokesman for OSU Wexner Medical Center says it recognizes staffing challenges and is taking steps to remedy it. If that isn't one of those answers that makes you want to punch someone in the face, I don't know what is.
Are there not enough people applying, or
I don't know the ins and outs of it.
I'm just
saying
thinking
when
out loud.
When you're getting big unions to demonstrate, this has been a long-standing issue.
It's they don't want to spend the money on hiring enough.
Is that
staff.
That's what
without
I'm
a doubt.
wondering.
That's what it is.
Okay,
that's what it is. It's so funny because I'm watching The Pit on Max, which a lot of people are saying if they're in the medical field, a lot of people have come out and said this is the most realistic medical show that has ever been.
That's why it's so brutal,
right? And it's so amazing. And one of the kind of storylines, not really a storyline, but the administrator comes down to talk to Noah Wiley's character, who is the guy in charge, not the resident, the attending, chief attending for the emergency room, talking about waiting time in the waiting room and how long they're waiting and the beds, and he's like, hire more staff.
Yeah.
We're doing what we can with the amount of people we have. What do you want us to do?
I mean, that industry makes so much money. How can you not?
You see all these hospitals spring up.
Yeah.
It's really gross. It's because it's just such a profitable industry to be in the business of sick people.
How much? And you know what? And it sucks that it happens in the medical industry, but it's everywhere. How much can we do with as little people and spending as little money as possible?
Right.
How much profit do you have to make?
Right. I mean, because there are people who are actually working as doctors and nurses and support staff and all that.
Sickening.
They're working hard, but the people above them are like, do more with less.
Yeah,
How
do
about
more
that?
with less. Yep, absolutely.
A judge has ruled that a woman who stabbed her friend years ago in an effort to summon Slender Man, remember that? She can be released from a mental institution. Morgan Geyser was 12 years old when she and another friend lured fellow 12-year-old Peyton Leitner into the Wisconsin woods. This was back in 2014. They stabbed her 19 times, and she survived. Geyser, who is now 22, she was 12 when this happened. She's 22 years old. She was sent to an institution back then, and a judge yesterday ruled that Morgan Geyser can be released after a hearing on a petition that aimed to keep her committed. He's like, nope, we're not going to keep her committed. We're going to release her. They do need to have a hearing on her release conditions, and that's set for later this month. Can you be rehabbed after you stab someone 19 times as a 12-year-old with a young, dumb, susceptible brain? I feel like that is a crime you may need a closer look at.
I mean, if nothing else, definite continued psychiatric help.
Yeah. I guess you don't keep them in an institution when they were only 12 when it happened. I don't know. It's a toughie there because that's such a violent crime. But again, she was 12 when it happened. I don't know. All right. Suspected human bones plus 253 rats and other animals like dogs, birds, and turtles, both dead and alive, have been removed from a home in Canton, Ohio. The 45-year-old man who lives there is in jail facing multiple charges. He'll be in court this morning. The chief investigator says they don't know yet whether the human bones are the result of a homicide, but they do appear to be quite old, and they're going to have to call in a forensic anthropologist to see if they can extract any DNA out of those bones. The home was filled with feces, urine, dirt, garbage, and they describe pulling bags and bags of dead rats out of this house. So these were the pet kind of rats. They call them fancy rats. But they're pet rats. They weren't just like rodents that came in from outside.
Ugh.
They were meant to be there, but apparently they just procreated out of control.
That's what they do.
So 100 live fancy rats were removed from this home by a rescue organization called the Pipsqueakery. They rescue small animals. They are going to spay and neuter all 100 rats and then adopt them out. They're supposed to be great little pets.
Okay, look,
I don't know. That's what I hear.
I don't want to be the jerk. No.
How tiny are the little tools where you're spaying or neutering a rat?
Just game over them. Just
no.
But no.
Oh
no. Look, I get it. Yes, I've heard how smart they are and blah 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 blah. No. We've got no.
They're snake food.
Bye.
Feed them to the snakes.
Okay, I have a different opinion, but also you would make a great dog warden because they have to make the tough decisions, and I feel like you could make it. You could make the tough decisions. Yeah, the animal warden. You know, when they're coming in.
I get it.
Like, not all animals can be rescued type decisions.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I would by no means, I am saying this explicitly about the rats.
Yes.
Not about cats and dogs.
I hear you.
Granted, those tough decisions do have to be made.
Yeah.
But this isn't a tough decision. This is an easy decision.
It's like a dying pigeon. You don't try to save a dying pigeon. Okay. All right. I can appreciate that.
Like you said, there are other animals that need to eat.
Right.
So I do like that they're spaying and neutering the little fellers and ladies and going to adopt them out.
Did you see the woolly rats?
Oh my gosh.
Woolly rats.
Yeah.
The people who are trying to bring the woolly mammoth back to life. They started with mice.
They're crossbreeding?
Yeah.
And they're these long-haired mice that they're genetically modifying. And I'm like, what could go wrong?
Yeah, they're like shaggy mice.
Yeah. And what's going to happen when all of a sudden we're being attacked by woolly mammoth-sized mice?
Yeah.
Also, though, they're very cute. Like, they're super cute.
Oh, boy. Here we see.
But
this is
also,
how it starts.
Here's the thing. I'm afraid of the teeth. I'm afraid of the biting, so I'm not going to
100%.
pet anything that's like a bird. I don't want to get pecked, and I know I'm going to get pecked by a bird.
Good job.
Yeah.
No.
Teeth and peckers, baby. I'm not interested in.
Don't talk about my Saturday night.
I mean, yeah. Nobody wants teeth involved.
All right. Those are your three things.
Every so often I'll come across something and I'm like, I got to look a little more into this. This is an interesting story. So I just wanted to share this. The Somerton Man. If you're into murder mysteries and, listen to the podcast or go on TV, Making a Murderer or mysterious cold cases, this is like the cold case of all cold cases. It's been going on for 77 years. And it is called the Somerton Man because police in Australia found a man 8 decades ago, back in 1948. They were called to Somerton Beach, where they found a man who was lying in the sand with his head resting against a seawall. His legs were extended out and his feet were crossed. And a bunch of passerbyers had saw the man, but they thought he was sleeping or maybe passed out drunk. But after a while, police investigated, and sure enough, he was not alive. Here's the thing. He was well-dressed in a suit and tie, although all the labels from his clothing had been cut off. He appeared to be in his 40s or 50s, and his pockets contained some interesting items. Didn't have a wallet, cash, or ID, but he did have train tickets, chewing gum, a pack of cigarettes, 2 combs, and some matches. They were left even more confused a month later when a suitcase was linked to this unidentified man found at the railroad station. The labels on all of his garments had been removed. Not just his clothing, but like his hat and everything had all been removed.
What is that?
Then they found a torn scrap piece of paper inside his pocket that said Taman Shood on it. It's a Persian phrase that means it is finished or it is over. Then on top of that, he had a piece of paper with random letters. MRGOABABD. Next line, NTBIMPANET. Like some secret code.
That's not the Contra code.
That is not the Contra code. No, it is not. That is not up, down, down, left, right, A, B, select, start. They hit a dead end. They buried him and labeled it, "Here lies the unknown man who was found at Somerton Beach." Finally, through some DNA breakthrough in 2022, a professor and some other people were able to build some sort of a family tree. And they believe he was in the area because he was looking for his ex-wife. But again, they don't know what these mysterious numbers mean and letters.
Sounds like a mob thing.
It does, yeah.
Right? Yeah, like a hit.
Like this is the beginning of one of those movies.
Yes, exactly.
Because I always wonder, are people like Jason Bourne real? Do we have
absolutely
that level of secret spy?
Absolutely.
So was this some sort of secret spy? Was this a hit? What's with the coded letters? Like, I want to look more into the Somerton
I'm wondering,
man.
Was it maybe not mob, but whatever, some high-level gang war where they did this and left him that way for the other gang to see.
Cartel type stuff.
Right, exactly. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, mafia.
Yeah.
Do they have that in Australia?
Wow.
Or was he hiding from someone? Again, they say he was there looking for his ex-wife because they did say after tracking down he was from he was in South Australia, but they did say he was not from there. So I want to look more into the Somerton Man. If you're into murder mysteries and stuff, look up the Somerton Man. SOMERTON.
I mean, that's something like you would find a guy like that would be in a Sopranos episode.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Or what was that? The Departed.
Yeah.
He fell funny.
Oh, you're right.
So, check it out, the Somerton Man, 99.7 The Blitz.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Making you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up this morning. I highly recommend you take these little tidbits if you're heading out and about this weekend. You can impress your friends or maybe trying to break the ice with someone at the bar. If you're single and you're trying to meet someone, walk up with one of these fun facts. Guarantee you some action if you use it. That's a total lie. I don't guarantee you anything. Do you know what the longest interstate in the country is?
I-70?
Nope, I-95.
That's my second choice.
Runs through 15 states, from Maine all the way down to Florida. Here's another little tidbit of information. The interstates that run north and south are all fives.
Yep.
And they go from 1 all the way over as you head west. Wait, is it the other way? 75, 60. No, yeah. As you head further west, the number goes down. And then all the east-west interstates are zeros. So 80, 90, and then below us is 70, and then 50 and 60.
But what about, we have I-71 here.
Right, I'm talking about the major highways. Like I-75, and then there's I-65 through St. Louis.
Oh, I got
you. Through Chicago. I-55 is through St. Louis.
Yeah, because
and so on and so forth.
they're not; those are much longer than 71.
Right.
Because
exactly.
if we're going to Florida, 71, we take it to 75 and then go to Florida.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Let's see here. The Louvre was built in Paris in 1190. It was actually built as a fortress in case the Vikings ever raided the country.
Is that right?
Yeah. Didn't become a museum until 1793.
Huh.
I would go visit the Louvre. I have no desire to really wait in a 5-hour line to see the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Which I heard is much smaller in person.
I just don't care.
But yeah, don't care much. Disney decided not to make Giselle from Enchanted one of its Disney princesses because they didn't want to have to pay for lifelong rights to Amy Adams' image. Because she was in the Enchanted movie as Giselle, and to make her a princess, they would have to pay for the rights. And they're like, nah, we're not going to waste that money.
Huh.
Quentin Tarantino. Love Quentin Tarantino. Did you know that he did a rewrite on the movie It's Pat?
No.
The SNL skit that became a movie.
I love that skit.
It's Pat became a movie about the character of an unknown gender. and he was paid for the rewrite, but was uncredited. So you're not going to see his name in the credits, but he actually did do a rewrite for that one. And finally, as we all prepare to lose an hour Saturday night into Sunday morning, daylight saving time was originally created to save energy. The theory was more sunlight would lead to less energy being used. However, now the opposite is true. Because of air conditioning, we use actually 1.3% more electricity during daylight savings time than we do without. So,
of course we do.
Yep. There you go. Learning you some stuff on a Friday morning. 99.7 The Blitz.